Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
And a fine Thursday to you. I hope your day is wonderful. That sunshine feeling good. Not quite as cold as old Hutch thought it was going to be this morning, but I guess I'm okay with that. And as we head through the next 24 hours, we have another wave of wintry weather heading our way. Lots of ups and downs in the weather. My friends at Robert Gibb and Sons can help you out. If you've been thinking at all about upgrading your furnace and air conditioning system to a new Bryant one, they're going to throw in a water heater for free. That's right, free water heater all the way through the end of the month of April. Give them a call. Tell them Hutch sent you. Now let's take a look at what we have going on across our area right now. First, we do see that the radar shows temperatures that have hovered into the 30s where there's a lack of snow. It's near 40. Carrington, Cooperstown, all the way up into Harvey. We're upper 30s there. Devil's Lake, your swimming league, Pleasant at 36 degrees. It's 39 in Candu, 37 up in that Winkler area of Manitoba. How about the Emerado area, swimming league, gorgeous in 40-degree weather out there. It's beautiful out into Lakes Country where things had some deeper snow falling out near Brainerd, Baxter, where over 20 inches of snow was reported. We're in the low to mid 30s for those areas. Now, sunny skies across the board. That's sure pleasant, and that definitely is nice to behold. But we have some things to talk about. Here is the headline, and as always is the case, please drop me a note. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from, and take a look at this. Friday, from west to east, a system is going to be making its way through. This system will bring a chance for some accumulating snow by the time we get to your Friday night late, and there could be a risk for some areas getting ice, accumulating sleet, a little bit of freezing rain, not out of the question as well as this system makes its way through. There'll be some impacts into Minnesota too as this system works its way through, and as you see here, our snowfall potential with this particular wave of UFTA is going to be generally a trace to pockets of 3 inches. And dare I say, there could be a couple of you that get shovel trouble once again. Yep, that's right. A couple of locations could get upwards of 6 inches of snow with this system as we work our way through. So this is a look at the big picture. Now let me show you what we're anticipating will happen as we go through your forecast and the models. Let's show you a little bit about the timing of the system so you see where it starts, where it moves, and what time it impacts your particular area. To do that, I thought this particular model showed the best promise with regards to the movement of this system across the region. So right now, it's just beautiful out there. Sunny, quiet, light winds. And again, Hutch mentioned yesterday, but if you didn't catch it, you know, the fact that you can put away your can of the North Dakota Super Duper Hold Hairspray, that's important for you to know. North Dakota Super Duper Hold Hairspray, not required today. Not required. Now, as we go through the night tonight, we're going to see south winds picking up. And look at this. In the morning hours, this is subtract 5 from where you see 9Z. That's about 4 or 5 in the morning. We could get some areas of spits of freezing drizzle. So temperatures overnight will be cold enough for some freezing rain in spots. And now, as we go towards daybreak, here we go. Western and central North Dakota will have pockets of snow. And this will be a snow shot where the snowflakes are coming down at a fairly good clip. Hi, Rich. Good to have you on board from the Perham area. I hope all things are looking good out there. Golden sunshine across your network of cameras. If you want, go ahead and throw a link in there to those cameras. Awesome site Rich has put together in the Ottertail network of, I believe it's like a dozen cameras across Minnesota showing you the road conditions, the weather conditions in those areas. Take a look. Rich, thank you. Here is a look then as we go through mid-morning. Those showers spread across the Highway 200 and the Highway 2 corridor. Look what's moving into Fargo by the time we get to around 10 a.m. So the chance of precipitation in Fargo and the Red River Valley doesn't begin until late morning to around midday, while it will have been taking place out west throughout the morning. Travelers westbound in the morning, keep this in mind whether you're traveling Highway 2 or Interstate 94. Now, here's when it hits our area, and it does come with some wind. It'll be southeasterly. Our southern counties here will have a nice warm-up as that system approaches its way into the area heading into the afternoon. So here it is, working its way through. The impacts in Fargo, not so much. We might get some freezing drizzle in the morning and then maybe some light snow showers here into the afternoon. Lakes Country, particularly west central portions of Minnesota, looks like mainly because of that early warm up in the day, some rain showers, maybe some sleet for you. And then as we go into the evening hours here, this is evening now, as temperatures start to succumb to cooler readings, we'll see a spreading or an expanding of that ice potential across central Minnesota and the Highway 2 corridor. This system doesn't exit until we get to late Friday night. We're talking 10 o'clock to midnight. And once again, Hutch will put up your forecast for snowfall with this particular system and highlight the areas where I am concerned about a little bit of icing. Here ye go. Once again, if I can find it, there it is. Have to click on the right clicker button. So the best chance of icing. This is sleet or freezing rain. A little bit of freezing drizzle along the South Dakota border as we go through the morning hours. Southeast wind will warm southern portions of the valley here. So I'm thinking if we get that opportunity to get up into the mid 30s, our risk for icing, freezing rain will be a little lower, but we still could see some sleet balls, those little ice balls forming in the clouds. This extends into central Minnesota, as we showed you. I'll show you a model of the icing as well if you're interested. And again, a trace to 3 inches with a pocket or two of 5 or maybe 6 inches of ish, says Nancy. I hear you. Ish indeed. Ish. Okay, yes, I'm checking out the Macintosh, Shevlin, both joining in. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Katie. Good to have you on board. I'm switching my model over here to take a look at that icing potential on that. Let me see. I'm going to load up another forecast for that here. One moment. Oh, I'm going to have to do this. Let's just start over. Let's go right here, back to a model, and I'll show you the path of the icing potential. This is kind of cool to see because models can kind of estimate as well how much ice we could see. And it's going to be anywhere from a glaze to maybe even measurable. Some spots could get upwards of a tenth of an inch of that icy-ish, as you like to say. Let's go to a look for the this model here. Okay, here we go. Now, I know you'll be able to see it here in 1 second while I'm loading it up. So I do apologize for my eyeballs wandering, and I can't talk and click on buttons at the same time. Here you go. And notice this, as we go through Friday, this is mainly the morning hours. We could see some accumulation along the South Dakota border there. Possibly. Okay. Then that's going to cause for some slippery conditions. Those southeast winds will allow things to warm up a bit as we head into the afternoon. I think we'll be warm enough in the Southern Valley to mainly have snowflakes and hopefully just some rain. There could be a little bit of freezing drizzle up on the northern side of the system combined with the snowflakes, and then it could pick back up into Minnesota. So again, we could see some areas of ice potential with our Friday flake maker as we go through the day. So here is a look then at your forecast. We'll go ahead and summarize everything here, and then we'll take a look ahead as well. But let's go ahead and start with your morning temperatures. We'll get going. Again, teens for most of us. The snow showers out to the west will keep your temperatures a little bit milder, near 30 degrees. So some freezing drizzle and snowflakes out in the western part of the state as we get things going. Where we're clear and calm, and where we have still some appreciable snow on the ground, it looks like we'll have temperatures down around 10 to 15 degrees with increasing clouds across Minnesota. Bemidji, that's 19. For Wadena, that's 14 degrees for you, or 16 rather. We're looking at around 10 to 15 degrees. From Fergus Falls and Detroit Lakes to Fargo, Moorhead, and Grand Forks being closer to around 20 degrees to get you out the door. Look at the heat associated with this system down in South Dakota. 50s there, while the precipitation event is going to take place here in North Dakota with this weather making hiccup in the forecast. So we will have a chance to warm up to above freezing on I-94 corridor here, but those morning conditions could be icy. Keep that in mind. And it looks like snow throughout the day and low 30s at best up in our northern tier of counties. And the snow will be pushing in after the midday hour for most of eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. It will likely be after about 2 in the afternoon. So that means it could impact your drive time home. Snapshot forecast of the midday hour, mainly snowing with a little bit of ice mix here and there as we go through the midday in the eastern one half of North Dakota. This is going to be moving both east, and that batch out there in the oil patch will be pushing north, heading into Minnesota as we go into the afternoon and early evening hours. And again, a look at this. Now let's take a look at the 7-day planner because we're still tracking a chance for a little bit of unfun weather as we head into late Easter Sunday and Monday. Here's the 7-day planner. So 38 is great for your day tomorrow. Mixed precipitation could mean an early commute that will be slippery. We'll stay with a spotty chance of some precipitation on Saturday, but most of Saturday into the early hours of Easter Sunday look fantastic with warming temperatures. And thanks to the warmth we got today, in the Fargo area and Grand Forks, I expect to break well into the 40s as we go through the holiday. However, if we're going to have a chance for snow, it looks like it's going to be south in our southernmost counties. And right now, it looks into central South Dakota with maybe some inclement weather or maybe some flurries in northern South Dakota near the border. That's it. It really is pushing south, but we'll keep our eyes on it for you. Look at this as we head into the month of May. Will we have showers? Well, look at the warm-up that's heading our way. We're talking 40s and even 50s with a few showers in the forecast for that Thursday planner. All right, that's a look at that. Let's take a quick look at the model for those of you interested. We'll look at, the European model for the Easter event and just get that out, and then we'll have an update for you tonight. Bonnie says melted a bunch of the snow here in Greenwater, had Greenwater Lake. Wow, 10.6 inches of snow. What's the 0.08 by Fergus? Sleet. 0.08 is freezing drizzle, freezing rain, but it could be sleet. Yes, the type of precipitation is very dependable on the temperature. So that's that 0.08 of icing that we were showing you there on that particular model. Good question, Sandra, and I appreciate you asking it. There are no bad questions whatsoever when it comes to Hutch's weather. In fact, it helps me be a better communicator. Here's a look at your European forecast for the track of our little bit of hiccup in the forecast for Friday's, Good Friday's flakes and slippery conditions. Slippery conditions in the early hours across North Dakota. We could see that pick up again in the late afternoon and evening hours in Lakes Country there. Then it's out of here. Saturday, really nothing more than a couple of flurries across Minnesota. Here's your holiday system as it exits the southwestern United States into the Rockies. This is the morning of Easter Sunday. So we see this expansion. Oops, I'm sorry for doing that. Okay, so we see an expanded area of the precipitation pushing into South Dakota. And the track that this L, or low pressure center, or storm takes out of the Rockies will dictate who sees the snow. The European model says snow spreading along the border counties will take place on the evening of Easter, okay? And then that will drift along the border and then push eastward into Minnesota with a mix of precipitation into Monday. So notice areas like Fargo, as I zoom in on the map just a little bit for our region in particular, we'll see that there'll be this risk for some snow showers along the border counties as we close our Easter Sunday, and then heading into Monday, we'll have a chance for southeast North Dakota and southern Minnesota seeing some precipitation. So that's an early look at this weather-making system as it works its way through. I'll be looking for some questions. Here's a look at our visible satellite on a beautifully clear, beautiful day with sunshine. You can see the snowpack that is not moving, the white that's not moving on the ground across Minnesota, and that area right there essentially is showing us where we have some absolutely heavy snowpack still melting away. We've melted most of it in the FM area. There was very little snow up in Grand Forks or much of the eastern third of North Dakota. And our warm weather today, well, it is just set to still be warm tomorrow, but bring us a chance for a little less melting thanks to those clouds. Rick, thanks for the stars. Thanks for your support to all of you, Paula, and all of you sharing stars. If there's no other questions here, thanks for your reports as well. Tracy joining from Lake Brunson. Good to have you on board, Gary. Always good to see you, Marlis. So, good day out across the region. We have nothing on the radar to report to you now other than sun and fun and no hairspray required. So get out there and enjoy on this Thursday night. I will have a evening update on our Friday Weather Maker. Be sure to check that out because for some of us, that morning step out the door could be a slippery one and the commute too. I'll have details right here. Take care and enjoy your early